Good evening, friends. We join you tonight for a very, very special event. Tonight, your friends are myself, Davis Banta, Daniel Ruiz, Elizabeth Prindle, with Max Bennett Parker playing this harmonic music, and, as always, our wonderful tech wizard, Mr. Benjamin Canant. Thanksgiving is a time for togetherness and for torturing each other. We all know. While we will not be performing live Thursday night, we are sharing an event that will hopefully trauma bond all of us. As Daniel Ruiz and Lizzie Prindle have generally agreed. I'm leaning into it. I misspoke. Now it's correct. They've generally agreed, and we've peer pressured them into taking the one chip challenge from Packy Chips. There you go. You can kind of see it in front of Daniel's face right there, and Lizzie Prindle. Lizzie is already got her hands begloved with plastic bags, even though she's only touching the cardboard right now. But they're going to be performing the one chip challenge, and we are going to be helping them perform some games and a few readings that will be shared with you this Thanksgiving night.
All right, would you like to hear what the box says on the inside of what to expect?
Oh, I think we do. I think you know we do, Daniel.
Made with Carolina Reaper pepper, scorpion pepper, and Szechuan peppercorn. This chip was created for the sheer pleasure of intense heat and pain. Round 1, a spicy punch to the tongue. Round 2, a fiery jab to the face. Round 3, impaired vision from tears. Round 4, a low blow to the gut. And then expect a KO for round 5.
There you go. Those are the 5 rounds to expect, folks. So to start off, I think, Daniel, would you be so generous as to go first? Just so the way this is gonna work, we're gonna open with a few recitations, where Daniel will do a recitation. Ooh, I almost killed my own mouth without having any hot peppers in it while trying to pronounce that. Daniel will do a recitation from classic literature, and then Lizzie will do one, but only after they've first eaten these chips.
Now, do we want to go over our emergency prep?
Yeah, sure. Let's let the audience know what we've done. They've already seen Lizzie has your basic hand protection, the bags, because they do say wear gloves. Are gloves included in the packet?
They are not included in
not.
the baggage, no.
Just wanted to
They're
clarify.
assholes.
But they do recommend it.
Yes.
Well, people recommend it because you don't want to accidentally rub your eye afterwards.
Exactly.
So I have half a glass of oat milk, which is not going to be that much help. I also procured myself some Mexican candy chili, known as Tajín. This was it. There we go.
I see. Yes.
Because it has salt in it. I have half a bottle of water that I was drinking earlier in the day. Might as well bring that along.
Now, in my experience, Daniel, water is not classically very helpful for me in spicy situations.
Some Kaiho yogurt. It's
Yep.
not necessarily helpful, but it's not bad per se. It's
It'll help wash the chip down your throat because it will just like coat and stick in there.
Yeah. And I expect
These
to
are
be the
excellent
biggest
ones.
help, though, is the raw peanut butter.
You were saying this the other night at rehearsal that you had heard that peanut butter was actually a good thing. It can coat your mouth and actually.
Oh, it's not something that I had heard. It's something that I just did one day, and
Oh, you did, and you discovered this. Well, this is your invention.
well,
that
I don't
you're
know. Yeah,
saying.
like for this event, yes.
Yeah, I'm saying it right now. This
All
is
right,
Daniel's
I'll
invention.
add that to Wikipedia.
There you go. Yeah.
right.
Fantastic.
Daniel is the George Washington Carver of the One Chip Challenge.
Exactly. Let it be forever official. Lizzie, your prep. You've already told me a little bit of this. You went with a lot of very almost some biology. You prepped your body for one, besides your other just setting aside things. You've already pre-prepped.
So I did some couple exercises earlier to stretch my lower intestine, and then
Limber up.
about an hour ago, I ate some honey toast and some mashed potatoes and some green tea with honey and some milk. And now we're going old school, just your basic milk here. And just for irony, some heaven ice cream, right? Marianne's
Yeah.
classic.
Because you're gonna be in hell. Yeah.
Yep. It's gonna be so great. Oh, I'm so white.
So I would love to have a little backstory on the contenders here. So can you tell us a little bit about your relationship to spicy food? Do you like a spicy challenge? Do you push yourself in the spicy realm?
Yeah, I do like a bit of a challenge. I mean, there's definitely been spices that I've had that have wiped me out, but they also didn't taste good. So my main thing with spice is that it has to actually complement the food that I'm eating it with.
Definitely.
Some of the spiciest things I've had have been in Mexico, down in Cancun, the Yucatan area. There was actually a taco stand right outside the airport, and I put some hot sauce on there, and then halfway through putting it on my last taco, everybody there was like, "No, don't use that." I was like, "Oh, too late now." It was very spicy, but very delicious. There was also a restaurant that had a green chili that was very, very spicy, but tasted like nothing. So it was pretty much pointless. So I didn't enjoy that one as much. I've also been to Indian restaurants and various different restaurants trying out their different spices, and some have exceeded my expectations, some have not. And when I find a spicy dish I like, I'll go back and have it a couple times to acclimate myself to it.
So there is some amount of training that's required.
I would say so, yeah.
And Lizzie, for yourself, your relationship to
Well, I'm British, so naturally, spice to me is a tiki masala, which, for those who don't know, is a British version of curry, but with cream in it.
so incredibly spicy.
Yeah.
Incredibly spicy.
Yes.
So the spiciest thing you're used to is baked potato.
Yes. But I also love pain on occasion, and I love ice cream, and I don't have an excuse to eat it usually, so
There you go.
So you don't really delve into spicy food much? And you thought, hey, why not just jump into the one chip challenge?
hey, some things in life you just gotta say, hey, jump in and try and relax. Yeah.
I definitely applaud your attitude, your willingness to jump in the deep end.
So I feel like this is my official, I've never been officially hazed into our group here, so I feel like this is
This is
That's
a self
self-imposed.
yes, a self-hazing that you're going
That's
to do for
self-hazing,
yourself.
yes. Let's make that clear. That
This is not a thing we requested of her.
No.
absolutely.
And so for those listening at home,
Not watching.
not
God
watching.
forbid you see any of this.
Yeah, this is yes, the audio version.
This is the audio version, yeah.
The of course, the Carolina Reaper famously is one of the spiciest peppers in the world.
Held the
it's-
crown for a while.
Yeah, its heat rating, its Scoville ranking, puts it on about the same page as law enforcement grade pepper spray.
Delicious.
So that's about where we're at. So I think there should be no further delay here.
I think we might as well
Well,
get to it. Daniel, if you would do this first, because I don't want to I want recitations from both of you. We'll be grading these. We will be scoring these.
All right, so I did get a little piece of plastic for my hand.
Good. I'm glad to see that.
But Lizzie, I do want to give you a tip while I can still talk. Since I didn't know you didn't eat a lot of spicy food. These are chips, so the spice is going to be a dry spice. Make sure you don't inhale while you're consuming it, because you don't want the spices to hit the back of your throat unexpectedly. That'll
That's a
really
good
mess
point.
you up.
Okay.
Okay,
I think it's cruel to make Lizzie watch this.
Yeah, I'd rather just I'd rather just die, but unfortunately that's
okay. There's a
Okay.
bag. I opened it. Wow, this does not smell like it's going to taste very good.
Yeah, so there's an interior pouch. It comes in a vacuum sealed. It is a single chip,
Yeah, it's a bit broken up, so it'll be.
black as the night.
It is actually quite black, yeah.
All
right.
So let's be clear. But Daniel, are you gonna do it first, or?
I just think we
Good.
should just do it together.
Well,
Yeah.
then you're gonna have to wait through. You can't recite both of these at once.
Yeah, that's true. You will have to wait in pain
Yeah.
while I finish
Okay,
reciting my
all
very
right,
long.
Yeah, yeah. Just hold your
Fine.
horses a minute. And I'm going to put the spotlight on Daniel while we do this. But Daniel is going to open this. He's going to devour the chip. And he's then going to recite the opening paragraph to Walden Pond, an American classic by Henry David Thoreau.
All right, well, this is going to take a bit because the chip's broken up in little pieces. I want to get the whole thing in before I start.
All right.
Oh,
Holy shit.
immediately.
In camera.
Immediately?
As soon as it touches your tongue, you can feel the spice kick in.
Really? This is not better,
There we
Davis.
go.
Oh fuck.
All right.
It
How are you?
is very dry,
Very dry.
which makes it a little tough to eat.
Yeah, we're getting lots of separate bites here. All right.
All right, the chip is consumed.
The chip is consumed. You have the text before you.
Oh, the initial burn is not the worst, but yeah, it is ramping up. I will say that much right now.
All right. You ready for your recitation?
I am. I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not when I came to die. Oh, the saliva's kicking in. Discovered that I had not lived. I did not wish to live what was not life. Living is so dear, nor did I wish to practice resignation, unless it was quite necessary. I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life, to live so sturdily and Spartan-like as to put to rout all that was not life. It's starting to get quite uncomfortable. To cut a broad swath and shave close, to drive life into a corner and reduce it to its lowest terms. And, if it proved to be mean, why then to get the whole and genuine meanness of it, and publish its meanness to the world, or for which the amount of saliva is making it hard to speak. Or if it were sublime, to know it by experience and be able to give a true account of it in my next excursion. Now, for people that don't know, basically what's happening inside my mouth is the capsicum is coating my mouth and telling my brain that my mouth is literally on fire.
Well done. Well done. That was a very solid recitation, Daniel.
Thank you. It is quite numbing pain, though.
You fought through it well. I'm gonna give that an 85.
I'm gonna get my water just one second.
Get your water. Jens, what did you think of that recitation while we allow Lizzie to get her water? I mean, that was
I-
pretty much on point.
I thought that was very, very professionally done. He's maintaining focus, and you can see a little bit around the eyes, a little bit of concern. And folks at home, he's absolutely correct. Actually, the capsaicin actually triggers the nerve receptors that sense heat, and so it is literally heat of that pepper. Your brain experiences it exactly as if your nerve endings were on fire.
Doing pretty well, though. Pretty well.
Yeah.
I can see a little bit in the mouth area. You're a little bit
Yep.
of tension, but well done.
Doing good. About 3 minutes in so far.
Yeah,
Very
it's
good.
really it's the lasting power that's I think the most upsetting thing about it.
That's what I've heard. Is that it
Yeah, 'cause-
lasts a while?
I wouldn't say it's the hottest thing I've had, but it's lasting at that height for so long. Whereas most things kind of start to cool off eventually.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Lizzie, are you prepared to go for it and do your recitation?
So yeah.
All right. I'm gonna
Be strong, Lizzie.
gonna
We believe in you.
Gonna spotlight you. And when you are ready, consume the chip.
Please. Okay. Okay, just do it, you little bitch. Okay.
Okay, make sure you've consumed it fully. Don't force yourself to talk while it's chippy in your mouth.
Yep. Got a little bit on the lips there.
That may come back to bite her in
That-
the
yeah,
end.
that-
We'll
that
have
could
to
be
see. It's
that.
anyone's game at this point.
Things are looking a little worried.
You can see, yeah, you can see she's come to this with a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of fear. But let's see if she fights through that. And
Yep,
we've
this-
gotten in the chat. Lizzie is going to recite the opening to this part of the Canterbury Tales.
Translated into common English.
Yes.
And
Rough start. Let's go. Keep going. Keep rolling.
Be strong.
April, with its showers, sweet, with fruit, the drought,
Swallow the saliva as soon as it
Mark.
comes in.
has pierced unto the root, and bathed in each vein with liquor. Oh, that is power to generate therein inside the flower.
12 lines left.
When Zephyr also has with his sweet breath quickened again in every holt and heath, the tender shots and buds and the young sun into the ram. What? Half his garland.
Yeah.
You're
All right,
doing
You're
good.
almost there.
Doing good.
You're doing
You
good.
can push through.
So many little birds make melody that sleep through all the night with the open eye. Oh, I can't throw. I don't even know where I am.
So
You're doing
nature.
great. So nature pricks.
What?
So nature pricks them to.
So.
All right, just repeat after me, all right, Lizzie?
Yeah.
So nature pricks them.
Nature pricks them
On to ramp and rage.
onto ramp and rage.
Then do folk to go on pilgrimage. No, long to go on pilgrimage, sorry.
Folk too long to go on fucking privilege. Whatever, fuck.
Yeah, move on.
Yep.
And the palmers to go seeking out strange strands.
And the palmers for the seeking strange
Keep going.
strands,
You're good.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You're almost there, you're almost there.
calls Koth and Soundy Clowns.
Okay. Go on. Yeah.
To distant
Especially
shrines.
from every shire's end of England. To Canterbury they wend. The Hooley, blissful, Martin,
Yeah.
for to seek that him hath open Wayne, that they were seek.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
fantastic.
Sure. Count it.
So,
There
if
we
people
go.
are confused, the original text was in the chat as well as the translated version. So,
Oh,
she,
the
Speaking in tongues.
so at some point she switched over to the original text.
I don't fucking care.
Well done.
So Lizzie,
Yeah.
why
You
don't
know,
you tell
I've
us the
often heard.
experience going on? Oh, sorry, Max.
Well, I was just going to say that the original Middle English accent is very much like. I mean, I think Sir Patrick Stewart might tell you this. It was very, very similar to that of regular English, having just eaten a hot pepper. So I
Yes.
mean, that's very period.
Yes, he and Ian McKellen would often have pepper parties, pepper Shakespeare parties, Shakes pepper parties,
Shakespeare parties.
Yeah,
is a
and
very
they-
common thing.
hot peppers, and recite the verse.
Yeah.
People in England back then, they had constantly swollen tongues.
They had
Oh, so
swollen
true.
tongues because of the plague.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Extremely
So-
method. So we're at about 9.5 minutes there for Daniel. So he's coming up on 10.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
actually almost completely gone from my mouth.
Yeah, Daniel is looking pretty sanguine right
Yeah.
about now.
Yeah.
Lizzie, how are you doing?
I'm doing so great.
Is
I'm
this
so-
have you had anything close to this level of spice for your tolerance?
Absolutely not.
Have you ever had pain from spice?
Spice. Oh, it's like having your dom put out matches on your mouth. Ooh, it's an alternative lifestyle.
So real quick, around the room, what are your guys' tolerances and experiences with spice?
Fairly little. I've
Yeah,
started enjoying spice a little bit more recently, but nothing to this degree.
I've had some experience with extreme spice before. It's not something I usually seek out, but I also tend to think, oftentimes if I'm in situations with a group of people in spicy food, I find like, oh, I don't think that's that spicy, but other people do. But I also hang out with mostly white people, so that could factor in. So I don't know. I'd say my spice tolerance is like maybe above average, but not much.
I just want to point out that the love of my life is staring at me and smirking.
I mean, does he want to come on the feed?
You want to come on the feed? Get the fuck over here. Please.
Does he want to give you a kiss? Maybe spread some of
Yeah.
that spice?
Yeah, there you go.
Kiss? How about
So, have you had any of this stuff?
what have I had? No. I'm not a bitch.
Yeah, you hold it
How
in
long
like
do
a
you have to
champ.
go?
I don't know.
As long as you can. As long as you can. I think that you are at the 5-minute mark. So you've got the 5.
Complete the challenge.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
the next fucking game? Let's do it.
Next, let's
All right.
do alphabet. 2 people up. Oh, Daniel and Lizzie.
Oh, good.
Fantastic.
I'm so excited. Can we start with F?
Yeah, sure. You're going to start a scene with the letter F, and your inspiration, Ben, what's something that surprised you today?
The number of people still out shopping for groceries.
So somehow, number of people shopping for groceries. Interpret it how you will. Beginning with the letter F. They will go through the alphabet and wind back up around F. All right, they begin each of their exchanges F, G. You'll get it when you see it. All right. Begin.
Fuck. there's a lot of fucking people buying groceries.
Gee, Wilma. This is why I wanted to leave earlier. I knew that it was gonna be hell on Thanksgiving Eve.
Henry, you knew. You knew.
I'm telling you, Wilma. Perhaps we go out and just buy a pre-made meal instead of slaving away in the kitchen this year.
Just what I was thinking. Let's not slave in front of a hot stove.
Oh no. Yeah.
Keep your calm, Wilma. I can see the rage bubbling up within you.
Henry, you fucking asshole.
Maybe the outbursts in public are not the best remedy for the situation. We don't want our neighbors to see us.
No! No, we don't.
I'm so glad you agree, Wilma. We can traipse wherever we want now with all this free time we'll have.
Precisely.
Quite the conversationalist, as always, Wilma.
Right on. I really am a good conversationalist.
I wish you would pursue that job as a life coach. I think you'd be great at it. Seriously.
Truly. Truly. So much pain. I think being a lifeguard will really help me with my pain that I have inside.
Unusual train of thought, but I can see that this is something you've really considered for a long time, Wilma, and I want to support you in your endeavors, so I'll stand back and see how this plays out.
Very good.
Wilma, your rage, it's seeping out again.
Marks the spot, and the spot is your face. Bam!
Ah!
Ah.
You hit me, and in front of the neighbors. We talked about this.
0 fucks given.
I've put 2 and 2 together. You don't want to work to be a lifeguard. You fancy a lifeguard.
Brian. His name is Brian.
Cocks and socks, I say to Brian. What a fool he's made me here. In front of all these people, these townsfolk of ours.
Dare I say, an asshole. That's what he's made you.
Eventually, you'll all regret this. Every single one of you. I've got plans of my own, and you'll see them come to fruition. Starting with you, Wilma. Or perhaps I'll save you for last, so you can see what you had wrought.
Either way, you're all fucked.
There, okay.
For sure.
Yeah. There we go. Woo! Domestic
right,
strife and bliss.
How many minutes has it been?
It's been 12, 13, 13
So
for you. So you're
you-
in the lightweight category.
Look,
Has it gone
Oh,
away?
she's
Oh.
holding a your friend's
friend's
brand.
mug
with a Your
Ah.
Friend's shirt. Ah.
Buy the
Wait,
merch.
before you start. Oh, okay. I was gonna ask you if the pain had started to subside at all.
No,
It doesn't look like. I think Daniel. I think you may have gotten a dud chip. I think next time you have to do 2 at once.
That might not be good for my health, though. I'm not sure
Well-
about the medical aspect of that.
Eric.
But the chip itself was very spicy. Again, I do challenge myself with spicy food, so
How was
I know
it?
how to breathe and things to do to cope with the pain.
How was it on the in the taste factor? What was it? Did that leave something to be desired?
Oh, absolutely, it left much to be desired. I mean, I occasionally when I can get my hands on it, they may have a. No, let me turn off this background because this is just not.
Oh, you know what?
They have other chips that aren't the
Right.
one chip challenge, and this one, the haunted ghost pepper, is the hottest that they have in regular chip form.
Would you care to take a handful before you perform our next game?
Yeah, I suppose I could. I mean, I eat entire bags of this.
Yeah, let's eat. Let's
You're a fucking asshole.
eat an entire bag of that.
It would actually.
Shove
You're
it
bag of
in your-
dicks.
It's a pretty
thing.
big bag.
Yeah, just shove it right in there, and
Can
I'm
I
not-
Let's say-
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Lizzie. I'm not trying to make you look bad. Obviously, at the
I
very beginning, stated that you do not do spice, and when I heard that, I was very surprised because you were very gung ho about doing this.
very
I
much.
know, I'm an over fucking achiever. Look at me. Thank you.
We did make it exceedingly clear that this was not something that she
This was
had to do.
optional.
Yeah.
Oh. I hate myself. Okay, what's the next fucking game, please?
Synonyms.
All right.
Synonyms with 2 people. Oh, look, there's Daniel and Lizzie.
Hey,
Great.
Actually, really good after that. The other chip just does not taste good at all. This is actually quite tasty.
Good. Eat a good handful of them. And they're going to do synonyms. There's going to be a scene, and anytime Max plays this little sound effect, the person who's just spoken has to reiterate the last thing they said. Rephrase, recalibrate, re-emphasize. Anything that's like a synonym, but we use that term loosely. They restate it at like 3 times, and then they go on with the scene. I need the name of the last optional challenge that you did that utterly destroyed you.
the divorce challenge.
The divorce challenge.
It seems like it would follow right after the last scene.
Yeah. Maybe like the gum surgery challenge.
Gum surgery. Gum. I'm gonna say gum. You
Gum.
can that can go into chewing gum surgery, anything. But you're gonna start with the inspiration of gum. Listen for that sound effect.
Hello, madam. I've been told that you're in the need of a top quality gumshoe detective, and I am here to offer my services.
I need to chew on some gum. Yep.
Well, I'm afraid that your article was not quite as explicit as that. I thought you were in need of perhaps somebody to be found or evidence of a cheating husband.
No. I just want to.
Synonyms.
Yes. No, I mean, 9. Niet. Fuck off. No.
That's 3.
Now, was that a little bit of German I hear? You're not expecting me to find the Fourth Reich, are you? Because I will not do it.
Yep, I'm a Nazi. I'm a fucking Nazi. Fuck you.
Wow, let's keep the language something a bit more proper. Now, let's not let our vocabulary turn to dirt. Let's maintain a level playing field here. Don't you fucking talk to me like that again.
Okay, then I'm just gonna say this. You, sir, are the lowest form of private detective. You don't bring any gum. Tell your friends to meet you for a secret project. And you don't think about their limitations. And you don't bring any fucking gum. And I'm a Nazi and I'm gonna burn you.
Well, I suppose you deserve the story of why I don't carry gum around with me.
Alright, let's have the fucking story.
Well, it all started when I was still on the force. I was just a lowly beat cop,
Yep.
working my beat when I came across a murder. When I came across a robbery. When I came across a pedestrian execution. When I came across a scene of death and gruesomeness. When I found myself upon the proverbial hot seat ticket to make me detective. I was first on the scene. It hadn't even been reported in. I was making my rounds, looking for evidence, turning over every loose rock, knocking on doors. And then the real detectives came in. I gave them my reports, told them my findings. I gave them my paper filled with notes. I gave them my expert understanding of the matter. I provided them with their job, basically, that I did for them.
Wow.
They were quite impressed. And then they saw it. Gum atop the murder victim's corpse. A piece of gum that soon they found had come from my mouth. I had contaminated the crime scene. The perp got away because of it. I swore on that day I'd never chew another piece of gum again.
Sounds like a sticky situation. Sounds like I want to shove gum up your ass. Sounds like your situation sucks and it's your fault.
One more.
Sounds like your gum thoughts are dumb.
No, I've never thought of it like that before. I suppose you're right. It wasn't the gum's fault that the crime scene was contaminated. It was my very own fault for not keeping my mouth closed whenever I investigate a scene.
Yep, that's what my mom told me. If you keep your mouth closed, it's always your fault. That's what my mom told me. If you don't keep your mouth closed, you're a whore like your father. That's what my mom told me. If you don't keep your mouth closed, I hate your face.
One more.
If you don't keep your mouth closed, I will fuck you.
Yeah, synonyms.
Right. Well, on that, I suppose I'll show myself to your bedroom.
The end. And that was the beginning of the Fourth Reich.
Mm.
I forgot I was a Nazi. I don't even know my own name.
So the milk is not
Oh,
working.
no, who didn't forget? The world.
The world who's gonna watch this on Thanksgiving Day. You might want to put a disclaimer at the beginning of this statement. Not for family and children.
Oh, right. Am I supposed to? I can't.
Contains hot peppers and Nazis.
This is definitely a do not try this at home show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bruce, I need the ice cream. I need to put my face in it.
So
It's on fire.
the milk's not doing anything.
What?
Out of curiosity, what type of milk do you have? Do you have like full fat, half?
I have whole milk like a fucking human and I'm on fire.
Maybe
I'm
try the
hot.
peanut butter. I hear that
Yeah,
works.
do you have peanut
You have
butter?
peanut butter?
I
Try a
don't
spoonful
want
of peanut butter.
Have a spoon of peanut butter.
Brucey, I need the ice cream.
Do you don't have peanut butter?
I have peanut butter. I don't want. Oh.
Some,
Yep,
some
my-
medicinal
my-
ice cream.
honestly-
No, it's
honestly,
not- I need the
try-
ice cream.
Honestly, just get 1 spoon of peanut butter and try it.
Okay, can I put it on my face?
I would try the mouth first.
Yeah, we'll try the mouth first.
Yeah.
While
Perhaps
she's doing
a
that-
cold towel, a cold compress.
While she's
um,
doing that, Benjamin, we didn't get to hear about your heat tolerance.
Yeah, so I am not one of those people who likes to challenge myself to have a spicier and
Okay.
spicier thing.
I thought of a new improv game. It's called Lizzie's fucking face. Okay.
I do like heat. I think Daniel, you were saying earlier that like the heat balanced with flavor is important. So I don't like heat for heat's sake. But I do like spicy things. I do like spicy food. The spiciest thing that I've ever had personally was a homemade pad see ew, which was made with a package of fresh Thai peppers from a farmer's market. And I feel like Lizzie is stealing focus just a little bit.
I'm sorry. I don't even care anymore.
It's adding the nice color to your skin, though, Lizzie.
Yeah.
I wish I cared. I love you. I just hate everyone right now. The
It's
peanut
okay.
butter is helping.
I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, this whole experience has made me interested in trying this one chip challenge.
No, your butthole's gonna blow.
Yeah.
Butthole's gonna blow out. I'm so afraid of what's gonna happen to my.
But
Yeah,
yeah, so
stop
that
it.
homemade pad see ew was made with a couple of pounds of fresh Thai pepper, and that was legitimately it was so hot, like not even spicy, but heat. It was so hot that it was it was inedible. I very carefully picked through it because I was very hungry. It had been a long day, but that was that was heat beyond what I had ever experienced before.
I made that for you.
When I moved back to New York last year, I at the grocery store bought some package of. Most grocery stores have packages of small Jamaican peppers that you can get here, and I was just like, oh, those will be good. I didn't really anticipate exactly. Of course, I mean, I knew obliquely, oh yeah, Jamaican food is hot. But after I chopped up 4 or 5 of those for a sweet potato hash or something, it turned out to be, basically inevitable. I basically decided had to dump that one. But 1 or 2 of those peppers at a time.
I will say the type of chili application that I have the hardest time dealing with is oil-based chili. For some reason, that just sticks around a lot longer.
Yeah, that spreads and coats and seeps in very well.
And also, even if you have the same type of chili as a dry or an oil, it has a very different experience overall as well.
And this was a dry one, right? This chip.
Oh, it was very dry. It dried out in your mouth as you ate it.
That sounds terrible.
So I think
You just did.
I think it's only fair after the experience that Lizzie has just had that we all try this.
I this is going to be a very bad idea for me, but I will do it.
Don't do
I mean,
it.
So,
I
Don't do it. Oh, you guys, peanut butter on your face, it does help actually.
have you tried it in your mouth yet? I'm glad to know.
No, it's really important. You should line your butthole with peanut butter. I'm telling you. Oh,
Well, it's not necessarily a recommendation from us, audience, but 1 out of 5 of us advises
No.
lining your butthole with peanut butter.
Yeah,
Take
check
it
with
from
your
one
doctor.
of us. Yeah, check with your doctor.
listen to Auntie Lizzie. If you do this challenge, you are lining your butthole with peanut butter. It'll save your ass, literally.
Eventually, we will go back to a non-butthole focused show.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that eventually we will cut to the second half of the challenge with us in the bathroom.
Yeah, well.
What's the thing?
You can
cut.
It'd be actually, I wouldn't mind one of those they have those animated reenactments on
Oh yeah, it's like a
Japanese
weird
news.
cheap CG.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind a version of that.
Just very cartoony,
Yeah,
cartoon characters hopping out.
yeah.
That'd be
Well,
great. That'd be great.
Sounds
I do have to
amazing.
say, well, thank you for being so game and so gung ho, Lizzie.
Yeah,
I don't know that
Lizzie,
I would have recommended it, but
I'm glad that you are here because I felt that this experience would have been a lot more boring for the audience without you.
I do think I will say I'm gonna say you're the victor of the challenge because you provided way more entertainment than Daniel here.
Woo! I hate myself.
There we go. You are the winner tonight.
I'm the winner of bad decisions. Me.
I think I actually might finish these ghost pepper chips, so they're pretty tasty.
Fucking
Just
asshole.
rub it in. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
gonna follow up with this
No,
bag
it's
of
like-
ghost peppers.
I want to watch
I'm
it.
not getting the spice anymore because my mouth's been blown out from the other chip.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
you'll
just
nev-
it's just flavor.
You'll never be able to taste heat again.
It is a problem I've had actually. When people ask me like, "Oh," for background, people wondering like, "Oh, he's handling it really well." I am half Mexican, half Peruvian, so I mean, while my dad, who's from Peru, can't handle spice at all.
Mm.
On my Mexican side, Mexicans put chili in their candy,
Right.
right? So I mean, as a child, you're consuming chili, so you start building up this tolerance young.
So is Peruvian cuisine not especially spicy?
I don't know. I haven't had too much of it, so I don't feel like I could say with any authority. But from what I've experienced and what I've seen, they don't go with spices as much.
They don't go hard on the spice. Well, I have to imagine that like there's probably like a practical. I mean, certainly in like, like Irish food and like European like peasant food. Like the reason you find like tons of like salt.
It's just that was the spice they could find.
That's the spice they could find, and it was preservative for a lot of food.
Mm.
Like,
Also true.
to keep it around a lot. So I would imagine that like spice, would be able to you'd be able to mask food that had either started to go south or it might also have some kind of preservative effect. I don't know. Something to discuss with a food sociologist.
Mm.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
bring on.
I mean, I do know someone who is a food scientist. I could invite them on.
we should for the next episode of this.
Obviously,
Let's,
yeah.
All right. Right. How hard do you
think
think
we
it'll
might
be
know
to
the
get
same
Jacob
person.
to do it?
Yeah.
I'll
To
do
get
it
to do
again.
the chip challenge.
If you
Yeah.
guys want me to do it again, I'll do it again.
No.
Damn it, Lizzie! What are you doing with your life?
Listen,
I
I always knew I was gonna blow out my butthole for porn or for comedy. Glad it was the last.
Twice? You're just offering to do it twice.
See, she's hooked. She's hooked.
She's
Now
like
she's
that.
in the game. She can't
Yeah,
get out.
That's
Oh,
right.
you know what?
You get addicted to that heat.
Yeah, you know what might be happening? She might be
I have
getting a
so
spice
much
high.
adrenaline.
That
I
could
have
be.
so much, look at this. Look at my head.
Lizzie, do you think you're getting a spice high right now?
Oh, yes, I am. Oh
I've-
yes.
I've often heard of this, but I can't say I've ever experienced
It's kind of like a lot of this is in relation to what I do personally. It's kind of like when you're really excited and you give your face a little excitement tap, a little smackaroo. It's kind
with
of
peanut butter.
feel alive. Ugh. I feel in pain, but I know I'm alive. My face is on.
Now
That's true.
you'll be pursuing this the rest of your life. Nothing else
That's
will
right.
compare, and you're like, am I just dead? Is this?
In the void of death, there is no spice.
Maybe we should, what
New
we should
shirt,
do?
new T-shirt.
Hey,
Since I'm the winner of this challenge, we should do a second challenge. And whoever's the winner of that, head to head with me at Hot Ones challenge.
mm,
I am curious as to which one is spicier, the last dab or the one chip challenge. I would assume it's the one chip challenge, because seeing the number of people that double dip or add more hot sauce to it.
I have seen
Mm.
people on the last dab do like a little more, but it's hard to tell. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the Scoville. I think the Scoville has the chip higher, but officially.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, but it is also a
Do it.
liquid versus a dry.
Yeah,
It's
it
true.
must be about volume as well. So
Yeah.
so Daniel, I think next time you have to put some
Some
of
last
that
dab
on
on it?
on your chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the
Yes, that's what needs to happen.
I would love to do a be on the hot ones though, just for the experience. And then I can go out and buy a bottle, but they're so hard to come by.
Ugh.
On that note, I think
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy
Thanksgiving,
everybody.
everybody!
Bye. Fuck me.
drinking a cold beverage.
Fuck